the important part to know, I mean, Row Mobility is a very unique company because what we are is we're actually a U.S. NVNO. And what the U.S. NVNO is the acronym stands for Mobile Virtual Network Operator.
Okay.
And that means that you go to a major carrier and you get to build services and programs on top of on top of their network. You get to piggyback on top of their network.
Right.
Now, we are, as an NVNO, generally what you do is you'll create your own service.
Yeah.
You're registered with the FCC in the U.S. You operate as a carrier. You pay the carrier taxes. You do everything along that level. It's a very complex part of the business. But what makes us a bit different is that as an NVNO, we focus on the technology just as much as we focus on sales and marketing.
Right.
So it's a nice thing when you're going out there and talking to people in the industry where they realize that, wait a minute, these guys aren't just simply taking a service and building their own and reselling it.
Yeah. What
they're actually doing is building real product and services that's backed by technology.
Like these. Right.
And I'll get more into that in a bit, but that's backed by a lot of technology, and then we go out there and create new market opportunities. So we operate Row Mobility in Canada, but in the U.S. we have a product called ReadySim.
Okay. And, I wasn't familiar with ReadySim.
Yeah, so ReadySim is a first-in-market type product, which we created the first self-activating short-term disposable SIM card. So anybody that needs, whether you're a traveler coming to the United States, you just need something very quickly, or you're using Craigslist or using a dating site, you just need a secondary phone, something that's short-term disposable, and you buy and sell it like a candy bar. So we actually created a new business model inside the wireless industry as well too. So it's a lot of technology involved with it as well too, but it keeps us remarkably busy. But we're working on other products, and so we're hoping to have another 2-3 down the road next year or so that are going to be built specifically for customers. And for Row Mobility as a product, we're actually working on enhancing more services that are designed specifically just for Canadians going across the border, because of all the countries in the world, there are no two countries that share this amount of border traffic between two nations. 85% of our population lives within 1 hour of the U.S. border.
Yeah, I know.
There's 60 million visitors in the U.S. every year. 19 million of them are Canadian. So 1/3 of all visitors in the United States are Canadian.
Yeah.
So and then on top of it, what's remarkable of that 19 million, we're a nation of 34 million people. Almost 2/3 of our population goes down to the U.S. at least once a year.
Yeah, I know. My folks live there.
Yeah.
My folks live there.
Yeah, and we hear everyone's got second homes, they've got everything else. So, they talk about us being kind of the American cousins, but the shocking part is when you would go across the border before, those roaming fees were so incredibly high. And they still
I turn
are.
my phone off.
Yeah,
I turn my phone off right away.
They've come down, and you're actually part of the 50% of Canadians that turn off their phones.
Yeah.
And the other 50% that leave it on are the ones that are buying some kind of a roaming pack or something along the line, which they don't really know what they're getting. They complain it's confusing. Yeah. So when we wanted to create the company, the whole intent was, look, how can you create a tier 1 service, which is the most important part? So how can we deliver the exact same level of quality as a major carrier and design a product that's exclusively for Canadians? Row Mobility is a Canadian brand for Canadians. It's not sold anywhere else in the world. Our ReadySim product is actually sold around the world. Yeah. For Row Mobility, we designed it specifically for Canadians. Yeah. And so that's what we set out to do. We built a lot of new processes in terms of how the SIM card is activated, how you use it, how you manage it, how the top-ups are done, how the business model is done in terms of you can buy plans as short as 1 day and not use it again for another 6 months, which you can't do that for any other SIM card that we know that's out there or any other service. We do a lot of things that carriers actually don't like because for some of our customers, we may only see about $6 of revenue a year from them because they only use it twice a year. Yeah. We may save them hundreds. And we have other customers that use it every single weekend they go across the border. So
it makes sense.
So it's a very different model inside the wireless industry because they're used to getting you on a monthly basis as a subscriber. Yeah.
I use Fido for phones. Yeah, I know exactly where you're going.
So that's what we're doing now. The exciting part is I can't disclose too much, but we've got two new features coming out that are designed for Canadians, which is particularly going to allow you to make sure that you don't get disconnected going across the border. Because that's kind of the whole mantra of the company is that there's no reason when you cross the border that you need to disconnect. Yeah. And that's what we're setting out to do.
Okay, great. So